Namaste. So today we will study by the peripheral motor ending axon that synapses with either muscles or gland to activate them. Innervation of the skeletal muscles. Each muscle fiber is associated with a neuromuscular junction synapses between a motor axon and muscle tissue. A motor neuron branch in order to invade individual skeletal muscle fiber and is called a motor unit. At the synapses, the axon releases synaptic vessels filled with a neurotransmitter called acetylcholine, which depolarizes the sarcolemma. The basal lamina of the sarcolemma globus releases acetylcholinesterase, an enzyme that immediately breaks down acetylcholine to prevent further stimulation of muscle twitch. The motor unit signal cause an overall contraction of the muscles. The thinner the motor movement, the more motor neurons and each intervenes less muscular fibers. Intervention of the muscles and gland. The visceral motor axon form a row of axon nodes and have a large distance in the synaptic cleft. The response is slower because of the time it takes for the neurotransmitter to diffuse. The heart is also innervated by these motor neurons, but there are no vasicocity. So you can see this diagram of the axonal terminal of a motor neuron and how the mitochondrion and synaptic cleft you can see here, then the part of myofiber. Then you can see this diagram how the motor units are attached to the spinal cord. Third is cranial nerve. These nerves serve the head and neck. They originate in the brain and most access the skull through the cranial foramina, not vertebral foramina. They are numbered 1 to 12. Proximally to caudal. Frontal lobe, filaments of olfactory nerves, olfactory bulb, olfactory tract, optical nerve, optic chiasm, optic tract, cerebrum, medulla. So you can see this diagram. A is olfactory nerve first, sensory nerve for smell. It runs below the frontal lobe, purely sensory cerebrum. Frontal lobe of the cerebrum hemisphere, olfactory bulb, olfactory tract, filament of olfactory nerve and nasal mucosa. Second is optic nerve. Second, a brain tract existing through the optic chiasma. It sends signals of images to the brain, purely sensory cerebrum. Eyeball, retina, optic nerve, optic chiasma, optic tract, lateral nucleus of the thalamus, optic radiate. Then oculomotor nerve, third, cadicular to optic chiasma. It innervates internal eye muscles to move the eye, superior, inferior, lateral, medial, rectal, and eyelid. It adjusts the pupil and lens. Motor neuron, visceral motors, and the proprioceptive midbrain. So you can see this diagram. Fourth is torsional nerve. 4 is pulley. It innervates the superior oblique muscles of the eye, motor nerve, midbrain. Trigeminal nerve, third fold. It has three branches that carry sensory information from the face and motor information for chewing muscles. Mixed pons. Then six is the abducens nerve. Six innervates the muscles that abduct the eye, lateral rectus, then motor nerve pons. So you can see how this is attached to the pons. Then facial nerve 7 innervates muscles of the facial expression, activates the facial glands, convey the sensory from the taste bud, mix and vestral motor pons. Then next is the vestibulocochlear nerves 8 sensory nerve for hearing and equilibrium, purely sensor medulla oblongata. So you can see here, this is the hearing nerve. You can see how it is attached to the pons. Next is the glossopharyngeal nerve. It is the ninth, which is it is innervated the tongue and flexes, control muscles used for swallowing, activates the salivary gland, conduct taste and other facial sensory, mixed and versatile motor medulla oblongata. Vagus nerve is controls muscles for swelling, extends beyond the face and neck into the thorax and abdomen to innervate the internal organ for the motor and sensory impulse. Some sensory near ear area, mixed and versatile motor medulla oblongata. So you can see this pons, ganglia, medulla, vagus nerve, jungular formation, phalangeal, catoid, laryngeal, lung, ear, lung, heart, spleen, liver, gallbladder, stomach, kidney, intestine, and colon all are connected to one, and main is pons through ganglion receptors. So you can see this how different organ is connected through a single nerve, through vagus nerve 10. Then accessory nerve 11. Accessory for the vagus nerve, it join it and control muscles that move the head, and some of the same as the vagus motor and the vestral motor medulla oblongata. So you can see here the how the different muscles is attached to the accessory nerves. Then hypoglossal nerve 12 along the tongue, run below the tongue and innervates the tongue muscles, motor nerves, medulla oblongata. Medulla oblongata, intrinsic muscles of the tongue. So this is all about the accessory nerve, which you can see. Then hypoglycol nerve run below the tongue and innervate the tongue muscles, motor nerve, medulla oblongata. So you can see this, it is connected to the medulla oblongata. Third is spinal nerve. There are 31 pairs of nerves existing in the spinal column, 8 cervical, 12 thoracic, 5 lumbar, 5 sacral, and 1 coccygeal. They innervate the body in the session as seen on the page above. You can see the chain ganglion, the dorsal rami supplies the posterior part of the body, and ventral rami supply the lateral and arterial side of the body. So first is innervation of the back. The nerve follow a neck simple pattern. Innervation of the arterial thoracic on the abdominal wall supply the intercostal muscles, skin or anterior and lateral thorax and abdomen. So you can see this. Then the introduction to the nerve plaques. They are network of the nerve clusters formed by the ventral rami from different spinal nerve plexus serve the lymph and are designed to prevent the paralysis of a lung muscles by destruction of just one spinal nerve. First is cervical plex and intervention of the neck. So you can see formed by C1 to C4 nerves. Most branches are cutaneous nerves and arterial neck muscles and diaphragm. Then the branchial plex and intervention of the upper limb formed by the C5 to C8 nerve. It supplies the lymph upper limb. The plex extremely complex lies between the cervical and the axillary region. Root run deep of the trunk. So you can see the major. The third is the lumbar plexus and intervention of the lower limb formed by L1 to L4 nerves. The main branch innervate the anterior thigh via the femoral nerve. Medial thighs and adductor muscles are innervated by the obturator nerve. The sacral plexus and the intervention on the lower limb formed by L4 and S4 nerves. Its many branches innervate the buttock, lower limb, pelvis, and the perineum. The largest branch is the sciatic nerve that supply lateral and the posterior lymph region. It branches into the tibia and fibula nerve. So here we have completed this. For any query you can comment below. Thank you.